Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to tell you about my TriStar 28 gauge over under break action shotgun. I bought this shotgun at Walmart a few years ago. I think it was $500 at the time. Walmart had accidentally ordered this. They had intended on ordering a 12 gauge. They got this in instead, and it's the first one I had ever seen. This thing was made in Turkey. Like a lot of the new 28 gauge over and unders, I suspect they're all relatively similar. Might even come out of the same factory, I don't know. But this one's mine. You see it's got a vented rib here between the two barrels for heat dissipation. It's got removable chokes, has a fiber optic sight on the front, has this kind of laser etched engraving here on the side of the pop metal, whatever this is made of. We'll take the barrel off. I'll show you one issue that I had with it, the only issue I've had with it, is when I first got it, after I'd only fired a few rounds out of it, I took it apart to clean it, and this ear right here that the barrel hinges on was cracked across there. I sent it back to TriStar, and a few months later they sent me a brand new one back in the mail. This is 28 gauge. 28 gauge is my favorite hunting shotgun, mainly because it's light. It's like, this thing is very light. I'm not sure what it weighs, but as a 28 gauge, as small a round as that is, it kicks like a mule because it's super light to carry around, which I like for carrying it around in the field. That being said, it's a little bit of a kick for my wife. So 28 gauge, a lot of times people want to buy them for ladies because they're a light cartridge. If you're going to do that, this is, just be warned that it's going to kick. This is a very light gun. I'm not sure even what this metal is made of, but it's light metal, probably aluminum of some sort. And 28 gauge is always available. I have never walked into a gun shop looking for ammunition and found them lacking a box of 28 gauge. That's why it's my favorite. Sometimes it's more expensive than other times. Sometimes it's more expensive than 12 gauge. Sometimes it's cheaper. It all depends on what's going on in the world, but they're never out. It's uncommon enough that they don't sell out, and it's common enough that they always stock it. So 28 gauge is my favorite just for that reason. So I've been looking for a supplier for slugs, reasonable one. There's been a few companies over the years that have made slugs for these, but 28 gauge slugs are relatively uncommon and they're kind of hard to find. If I could find slugs for this and get practiced with it, I would just carry this for deer hunting and for grouse and bear and whatever happened to jump out in front of me. I imagine a 28 gauge slug would be plenty for a deer, whitetail, and I always end up carrying my 300 short action ultra mag for elk if I happen to come across one, but elk are kind of rare in my neck of the woods. So anyway, because of all the reasons I've listed, this is my favorite hunting gun. It is a constant companion to me in the truck during hunting season, and I'm not gentle with it at all. I mean, this thing has been wet. It's never rusted. It's whatever coating they put on it is pretty good, because I mean, I don't know how many times I've taken this out, had it covered in snow, never really dried it, and just put it away, and there's not a speck of rust on it. So it's got some kind of anti-corrosion coating that's pretty good, and It's fairly reliable and fairly accurate and very light. And I highly recommend the TriStar 28 gauge over and under. This one is the Hunter EX 28 gauge 2 3/4 inch. Made in Turkey by Cayenne Khan. And that is a name you'll see on quite a few different Turkish made guns. And they've got several importers in the US, and they're not the highest quality thing in the world, but they're reasonably useful. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like this video, check out some of my other ones, like and subscribe, and thanks for coming out.